everybody. ScottX 1307. It was Free Comic Book Day Saturday. Sure everybody knows. Hope everybody got out and got them a nice stack of free books and maybe came across some good deals at your local stores. I got up a little early, went to the flea market, picked up a nice stack of books, mostly quarter books, and then went to two local shops. First shop is the store I normally go to for any of my current books. They're really cool. They don't have a limit on the number of Free Comic Book Day books that you can pick up. They ask you pick up, just one copy of each title, but you can pick up what was there, like 51 different issues. You can pick up all 51 while they're available. Second store I went to, they had a limit of 2 books per person, which I think is pretty crappy, but I went there afterwards just to see what they had. I did not know that in the local store my normal spot opened at 9. They usually open at 11. I didn't know they were opening early, so when I got there it was about noon and they were out of a good number of things, but I still picked up some stuff. But probably do that in a second video. First I want to show off latest flea market haul. Found some pretty good books. I'm always surprised at what I can find, especially in the quarter bins, and then some cheap price books. Nothing too expensive like usual, but start off with some DC books I found in the quarter bins. Like always, they're 5 for $1. I think I picked up 35 of these. First picked up a couple issues of Firestorm. This is issue number 10 here. That's a pretty cool cover with the werewolf character. And also picked up issue 21. Both of them in pretty good shape. And then I picked this issue up. This is a it's always a pretty cool character. I kind of hate what they did with this character later on, but picked up Blue Beetle number 1. Like I said, when they teamed him up with Booster Gold, I think the character lost a lot. Always, to me, was always a Batman type character, but I don't know. A lot of people liked his team up days with Booster Gold, but wasn't a big fan of that. Went ahead and picked that up. It's in really sharp condition. I'm surprised to be unbagged and boarded. And I picked up Teen Titans number 37, an issue I didn't have. So I'm getting closer to completing that run. Another great George Perez cover there. I love his covers when there's just tons of characters. I don't think anybody does multi-character covers or panels better than Perez. Just some awesome stuff there. And then I picked up, I believe this is the second set that I have. I remember back in the 90s this little mini series was red hot. Not so much nowadays. I guess that's why I find it in the quarter bins, but for 20 cents I went ahead and picked up all 4 issues again. It's Batman Sword of Azrael. Really cool Quezada art. There's issue number 1, number 2, 3, and number 4. Like I said, always surprised to find that in the quarter book still. And next, found a good bit of indie books like usual. Found some really cool stuff, I believe. I picked this up because it's a Ditko cover, as you can see there. Steve Ditko. Blue Ribbon Comics number 1 from Red Circle. It was a Archie imprint. You see that's the a fly on the cover there. This next set of books, I was really surprised to find these at the flea market. These books are in really high grade, very fine, near mint minus. Several issues of Bone. Now these are later issues, but it is when it switched back to cartoon books. So I believe these are all first printings. Got Bone number 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35. And let's show the interior art. It's black and white, but oh, Jeff Smith is a really good artist. I know some people think his work is a little cartoony, but I mean, just look at that though. Some great detail. Really cool stuff. And I'm surprised to find this book. I know in the guide it's like a $10 book. I think it's the second copy I have of this, but it's the Bone Holiday Special. It came with an issue of Hero magazine back in the 90s. It was kind of like a Wizard knockoff. They had some pretty cool incentive stuff that came with their issues, and this came with one. I was really happy to find those. There's a good little run of Bone there. So that's really cool. And then I don't know how many people remember this artist. Norm Breyfogle from Eclipse Comics. Found Metaphysique number 1 and number 2. Really dig this painted art. Really cool fantasy style. And I remember when I think it was Malibu did their little creator imprint for a while. That was the title that they had. So I was really happy to find these earlier Eclipse issues. These are from the early 80s. Also picked up, I believe this is a second copy, first issue of Saber from Eclipse Comics. It's Paul Gulacy art. Really good stuff. And the last indie book, and this actually, you know, these little things he gives for free. But this was put out by Eclipse and Not Available Comics. This is Zot number 10.5, and this thing's a little smaller than an ash can. There's a name for these books and I can't remember, but Scott McCloud. It's just you know, a little 4-page thing. It's all stick figure art, but these things are pretty cool when you find them. It's the same kind of format. I know there's some underground like X-rated comics that came in this format. This isn't X-rated, but it's really cool nonetheless. Got that for free. Thought it was really cool. That's all the indie books. Then I picked up a good bit of Marvel stuff. Again, his supplier picked up a ton of long boxes, he says, from the source in Tennessee. It's the same place I've talked about before. He said it's like it's a little small town. It's real small. It was a little one street town, and the guy basically bought the entire town, and he uses all the buildings as kind of his own little personal warehouses. And each building he stores different collectible stuff in, and he's got one that's all comics. and he keeps getting new supply from there. A lot of doubles, but it's a lot of 70s and 80s stuff, and I found some really neat things in there. First, I got some more John Byrne Fantastic Four. It's number 258. It's a really cool cover. Doom clawing through the page there. And 274. And I like that with the thing busting through the wall. It's really good John Byrne art. Now, I've seen this issue in a couple of different videos a little while back. Not sure if this is a hot book or not, but it's a really neat cover. It's Iron Man 182. It's in the morning Tony Stark will be sober or dead. So picked it up, liked the cover. Also grabbed this Avengers 230. This is, I believe, part of the storyline where they put Hank Pym on trial. It's Al Milgrom cover. It's really neat. Also got this Spectacular Spider-Man number 99 with the character, I believe his name, he just goes by the name Spot. He has the ability to open up these little black holes for teleportation. It's really cool. Really like that cover. Another Al Milgrom cover. It looks pretty cool though. And I got an issue of Marvel Team Up. This is number 130. It's Spider-Man and Scarlet Witch. And of course has the Vision there. It's John Romita Jr. cover. Really like Romita Jr.'s art, especially in the 80s and 90s. I grabbed these two issues. I was hoping to find the first two, but I didn't. I'm sure they'll turn up eventually. Got it mainly because it is Barry Windsor Smith art. This is the 4-issue miniseries Machine Man. I got issue number 3. And this one actually is Herb Trimpe breakdowns and Barry Windsor Smith doing the finishes and colors. And issue number 4 is just Barry Windsor Smith art. Big fan of Smith's art, so I figured I'd pick those up. I was hoping to find the first two, but didn't. I'm sure they'll be there in the next few weeks or months. And picked this issue of What If. It's got a little damage here on the cover, but it was only 20 cents. What if Loki had found the hammer of Thor? It's a Bill Sienkiewicz cover. It's Kelly Jones interior art. Might recognize his name from 90s Batman. He did a lot of work on that. I really like that cover, and the What If books are usually pretty cool, so I grabbed that. Pick up a little bit of ROM Space Knight every now and then, and had this neat cover here, number 54. I like this black and red cover, really cool. I'm surprised to find this in the quarter books because he had the same issue in the priced books, I think for $2 or $3. But they're about the same shape. But it's G.I. Joe number 31 with Destro and Snake Eyes. Neat cover. And this is yeah, it's Larry Hama script. Rod Wiggum pencils. Not familiar with him, but really cool cover. A couple of more Marvel Comics Presents. Love these Sam Keith covers. This is issue 96 with Wolverine on one side and Ghost Rider and Cable on the other. and number 95, another Sam Keith cover. Ghost Rider and Cable on the other side. These books are in excellent condition. The pages are still almost perfectly white. Very surprised. Last quarter book, and these issues are he usually has them in the price books for $1 or $2. And I saw this in the quarter books, and it's one that I was missing. The Uncanny X-Men 280. Looks like what is that, Wasp Portatio or Jim Lee cover, but it's one of the few in the 200s I was missing, so I was happy to pick that up. Then didn't pick up that many priced books this week. Just you know, low on funds, and planning on going to the you know, comic stores afterward for a free comic book day. I was hoping to find some deals there, but didn't. They had, my store usually has their regular back issues, 50% off cover. They didn't really have a sale on any of their wall books, and the second store, they had 20% off their wall books, but they had issues that I've already picked up at the flea market for you know, $4 or $5, and then 25% off. They had the same issues on the wall for 20 and 30 bucks. So I can't see paying that when I picked up the exact same issues at the flea market for, you know, a fourth of that price. So flea market guys, awesome. Just, you get some really good stuff, really good deals. That's all Marvel except for one book, one DC book, Batman 373. Really like that cover there with the Scarecrow. It was only $2, so I grabbed it. And I grabbed some more Thor. Anytime I find them in good shape at this low a price, I'm definitely going to pick them up. This is 221 with Hercules. And 231. Hercules is actually in this issue also, but not on the cover. So that was pretty cool. Covers are still pretty white. It's got the same, you know, the usual issues, a few spine ticks, a little bit of rubbing right here. But you know, for $2, older Thor, can't pass them up. Found a couple issues of Amazing Spider-Man under number 300, which are becoming harder and harder to find. I got this issue here because it has a really awesome Charles Vess cover. It's 261, Spider-Man and Hobgoblin. Like I said, really sweet cover there. Charles Vess. His looks like his watercolor. Now, surprised to find this book. I think this one was $3. Price stickers come off, but well, you'll recognize this book. Number 212, first appearance of Hydra Man. Not a super key character, but it is a minor key issue, first appearance. It's in really good shape. The only thing wrong with it is a little bit of corner damage here. Nothing too bad. It only breaks color a little bit, and so I definitely couldn't pass that up. There was another issue of Uncanny X-Men that I didn't have, and this has got one of the probably best X-Men covers ever. It's a Mark Silvestri cover, X-Men 251, with Wolverine being crucified there on the big X. The interior pages are they're slightly tan, but not bad. All the art and dialogue is still, you know, in good shape. So for $2, definitely had to grab that. Now the last two books, these are the biggest books I picked up. and nothing eye-popping or super fantastic about them. Well, except maybe the title on one, but this book is to be from 1969, to be a square-bound book. I think it's in really good shape. It's Marvel Superheroes 22. It is reprint stories of the X-Men and Daredevil, but it's reprints Daredevil number 2, I believe, where he fights Electro, and X-Men 3 and 4, I think, fighting the Blob. It's Jack Kirby, X-Men. As you can see, square bound, is in near perfect shape. No bad creasing here. The staples are not popped through the cover like you find on a lot of them. It's not squished and it's not folded over. Really, really good shape. At least I'd say VG plus, fine minus. Pages are off-white, maybe slightly tan, but it's from 1969, so that's not a big deal to me. It's more Jack Kirby, more X-Men. Couldn't pass that up. And speaking of Jack Kirby, the last issue that I grabbed at the flea market, it's in, I don't know, it's in good, VG minus. I don't know, you be the judge. It's not in the best shape, but I absolutely loved this cover. It's Jack Kirby art, Stan Lee story, Fantastic Four number 79. So you can see it's got some bad creasing in this corner, and some spine roll and some dings on the spine, but overall it's still in good shape. I'm not that picky on condition, especially when at these flea market prices. This book is still in pretty good shape to me. It's still attached. All the pages are there. Nothing's torn out. Nothing's missing. And the artwork itself is still mainly visible. Nothing going across the center or anything like that. And I just love this green tone background with the thing. It just kind of pops. And I actually flipped through and read most of that story. It's really cool. He apparently, I guess in the issue before, there was some kind of big energy burst, and it actually turned him back into Ben Grimm's human form. And he is trying to readjust. He goes out on a date with Alicia, his girlfriend, and trying to get used to being human again. And they get attacked by this, apparently it's some kind of android, and he has to, there's some gloves that, apparently some kind of energy gloves, and he has to use those to give himself a big energy shock to turn himself back into the thing to save Alicia. He was warned by Mr. Fantastic that if he ever changed back into the thing, he would be stuck that way forever. There'd be no going back. And he decides that that's what he has to do to save the day, and he does that. And it's actually a really good story, really touching story. It kind of got me, the end. I just have to open this up and show. I'm surprised the back cover of this is still in pretty good shape too, but you see here, he said if you ever change back to the thing, you remain that way always. Oh no, Johnny, no. Don't let it bug you, baby. It's just the way I planned it. And they yell for him, and he just kind of walks off. Why should I be a nowhere nobody like plain Ben Grimm when I can be the thing forever? And it's kind of sad, but just that's the thing, man. That's what made the Jack Kirby Stan Lee run on Fantastic Four classic. not only did you just have this super art of Jack Kirby, but you know, Stan Lee back in the day, he'd actually write some pretty decent stories. You gotta love this Jack Kirby action. And like I said, those final panels there, man, that's just that's heartbreaking. But you know, that's the way it was meant to be. So, love that book. Was very happy to pick that up. Like I said, I don't know, something about that cover, that green tone background with the orange thing just makes it pop. Not in the best shape, but you know, it was I think like $6, 25% off. I don't think you can really beat that. Like I said, they have at the stores, they have issues like this in this condition. They want 20, 30 bucks for them. I can't see paying that when I can find them at the flea market. It may take another 6 months to find a book that I really want, but you know, eventually they just seem to always pop up at the flea market for a quarter of the price, plus with a 25% discount. Ended up being like $25 total. So basically he added the priced books up, and then with the discount it came down to I forget what it was, a little less than 20 bucks. And the way he put it, basically you could look at it as pretty much got all these for free, because all these quarter books were the same price as what he took off for the discount on these. Love my flea market guy. Just I can't stop going there because of that. I pick up too many books, but you know, increasing my collection, keeping him in business, or helping to keep him in business, gotta love it. So yep, and that's it for flea market stuff this week. I think I found some pretty good stuff. Like I said, loved finding these bone issues in just really excellent shape. Was very surprised. And Batman Sword of Azrael, the full mini-series there, you know, for 80 cents. Well, it's not the most expensive thing in the world, but I still see it on eBay going for a good bit more than that. So can't beat it. Can't beat it at all. And a $10 book for 20 cents. Yeah. So thanks everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. All the likes, comments, everything. You guys are freaking awesome. Like I said, hope everybody had a good free comic book day. And we'll see you next time. Until then, keep reading your books. Later.